transportation specialist, Kim Richardson. Thanks for coming in to talk about it. That was particularly horrifying because it was caught on a dash cam, and luckily no one was hurt. In this case, it involved a 21-year-old driver. What would be, if everything, in a perfect world, how would a transport driver be licensed and trained?
Well, first of all, they do the research. Research is very important in any new career or a career that you're choosing, and understanding the industry, because it's important that when you get into the industry that you do get good training and go to work at a good company that's going to supply some additional education so you can go on and be successful.
But what would be the minimum requirement for a company to hire a driver?
In Ontario, the current Ministry of Training Colleges and University standard is 200 hours.
Okay.
Now, is that enforced? That's the question to be begged for, but at the same time, I think that the provincial government, our current provincial Minister of Transport, is working very hard at fixing that problem and working nicely with Ministry of Training Colleges and Universities.
So what about young people? Like, can a 16, 17-year-old go and get a truck drive? Because at 16 you can drive.
Correct. Now, you must be 18 years of age.
Okay.
You must pass a commercial medical, or a medical that's designed for a commercial driver, and then you must do a written test at the drive test center, and then that's followed up by whatever training you decide to take, and then from there you go back and do a road test in the commercial vehicle, and then once you're licensed, you're ready to go.
Is the insurance higher for those with less experience as it would be for, say, teenagers? Like a 16-year-old, male getting a driver's license is going to have to pay more in insurance than someone who has 5 years experience.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to say they need to pay more. I think the commercial insurance industry does a good job at regulating the percentage of drivers in the fleet that can be younger. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, statistically proven, the younger drivers' crashes are not as severe as the older drivers.
Is that right?
Correct.
So what about the cargo? What if it's toxic or dangerous? Are there restrictions on who can drive that type of rig?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. You must have a dangerous goods certificate, and you must pass tests for that as well and be certified, and that's renewed every 2 or 3 years.
You must have a lot of people discussing this, though, saying people are still falling through the cracks. There's still people driving these rigs that don't have the required amount of training. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And, Ontario has the highest amount of commercial drivers in Canada, about 80,000. Mm-hmm. And 90% of our goods are moved by truck. So it's really important that these young people do their homework and understand what they're getting involved with, and it's buyer beware, it really is.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay, Kim Richardson, thank you for coming in this morning.
It's a pleasure.